second. So today we continue with our Hilchot De'ot series, and we start with Sefer Chaim. Today we learn Sefer Chaim, Lashon Haral of Derogatory speech, so same topic, and today's subject, past history. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So another area involving Lashon Hara is that of past history. It is forbidden to relate to something about an individual's past which either the speaker or the listener considers shameful, though in reality it is non-shameful at all.
Okay, so it's very interesting, right? So let's stop here. So what do you say about this? Any comments?
Yes, it'd be something I've heard, I think even Rabbi your own say, like, let's say you have like a Baal Tshuva, like keep talking about the past, like, oh, he's a Baal Tshuva, like, he used to do this and he used to do that. So I guess on a similar sense, even though he's mentioning he's a Baal Tshuva and like he didn't keep Shabbat, or things like, it doesn't have to be like so like like just anything about his past that maybe that's it. He's religious now. That's it.
Yes. So for other people they would not find it shameful. He was brought up like that, but for him it's a shameful, and he's not the same person any longer. Okay, correct.
Okay, so our sages teach that at the place where Balei Teshuvas return here to the path of Torah, stand perfect tzaddikim, those who have always been righteous, cannot stand. Thus, there is nothing shameful about being a Baal Tshuva. Nevertheless, it is forbidden to relate that someone is a Baal Tshuva if either the speaker or listener looks down at such people. Mm-hmm. Related laws regarding Baal Teshuvas are discussed in day 20.
So basically, in current society, most of the people look down. If you say that somebody is Baal Tshuva, they look down.
Right.
I think it's like second class
Have
citizen.
you experienced that? I don't think I've ever experienced that. Or like heard of it or anything like that?
Did I experience? I always have something to say, like put everybody down. Like not down that you put them in their face. Did I experience? But I like people sometimes when they speak like in front of you, they imply like they're thinking about other people. Like he does not know. But me personally, I did not. No.
Okay.
But, okay.
All
right. So let's go to Mishneh Torah. All right. So let's start number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it says. So let's read the whole text and then go back to this context. How can one train himself to follow these temperaments to the extent that they become permanent feature of his personality? That's the main question, right? So, I mean, you know what to work on, but to make it part of yourself, that's a different level. Okay. He should perform, repeat, and perform the third time. Very simple. The acts which acts which conform with the standards of the middle road temperaments. Okay, so he chooses he knows what is this middle of the road, and he tries to do like over and over again, like adjust himself to that path. He should do this constantly until these acts are easy for him and do not present any difficulty. Then these temperaments will become fixed part of his personality. So you do, and like somebody asked me about Nitalas Yadayim in the morning, right? He said, this guy said, sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't remember. So I told him, like, after sometimes it's going to become your nature. Mm-hmm. You will not get up until you wash your hands, period. So it's like you're still sleeping, but like in the middle of the sleep, that you need to wash your hands. That's it. Go ahead, yes, go ahead.
No, yeah, it's like it becomes routine, like it's a part of you. You have to do this. That's it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So Rambam is saying the same is all of the other midas. Okay, since the Creator is called by these terms.
I'm sorry, I want to ask you something because I've been trying to practice something like this, right? So when I go to daven, sometimes, like sometimes I'll go to a minion factory, like
yes.
So I go to Landau's, and usually a minion factory is always people collecting tzedakah.
Yes.
So like when I go there, I'll always give something to the person collecting tzedakah, and then in the shul somebody's going around with the change things, like to put quarters in.
Yeah.
So sometimes I go there and there's like 5 people collecting tzedakah, and I give one to one guy, and then another one comes up and asks and asks and asks. So there were times where I just said like I can't do this, and then I was like, you know what? Maybe because it's bothering me to give again, so close after I just gave.
Yes.
Maybe I just keep giving until it feels kind of like okay.
Okay.
But then again, I also don't want to feel like I'm giving all right, beyond my means, I just gave $6, going in and going out. I'm giving 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you know where that middle ground is, especially with tzedakah?
You see, in this specific case, it's not appropriate for them to disturb people and collect tzedakah during the davening.
Right.
So
okay, but what
time ago I davened in a show where too many people, a religious neighborhood, too many people go in and out, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I saw what other people do, right? I saw exactly what they do. They would put quarters on dimes, whatever they do, in a little heaps, right? You whatever, 30 cents, and that's it. So all of these poor people know that this is my portion. So you want to give everybody 50 cents, you do three.
They're standing outside the shul. So
okay. Okay. So, okay. So what's the problem? That you think that you give too much? That they are annoying?
No, I don't want to think that they're annoying, but okay. So I'll give you an example. The other day, I said, all right, so how did it start? I came one day, I was going there, and there was this guy who saw me coming, and he asked me tzedakah for whatever. I gave him $1. Right next to him, there were these 2 kids. They both ran up to me. I gave one to one, then another one ran up to me. I don't have, and it bothered me that they're asking I don't have.
Yes.
Or I said in my head, I just gave. I didn't say I don't have. I said I just gave. That's it. Leave me alone.
Yes.
I go in, I daven, and then I come out and they're asking me again. And the one guy that I gave to asked me again, and I said, I just gave to you. And he's like, oh, did you? I was like, yeah, on my way in. So it bothered me that it bothered me. So then yesterday I said, you know what? I'm going to try to fix this, and I'm just going to give to whatever. I have there's 4 kids standing outside the shul. I'll just give it to them.
Yeah.
So I did. And then I'm thinking, what if that's too much? What if how do you know what's too much? Am I being too to the right or too to the left, or how do I know if I'm going to be in the middle?
So maybe okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe $6 is not too much, but you're not obligated to give to everybody. Anybody who asks you, you're not. There is no such obligation.
Okay.
So we say, Baruch Hashem, that go ahead. That Hashem sent us crooks. So if not for crooks, right? If not for crooks, we all going to go to Gehinnom.
Right.
Because we know there is crooks. I know how many percentage-wise there are crooks, right? So you have you can suspect that maybe this person is a crook. Why should I give him to
right?
If everybody would be honest people and they would ask because of their need, so you would be obligated 100% to give. Right. You understand? So there is no obligation to give to everybody. There is no obligation to give $1. You want to give 50 cents, you give 50 cents. You want to give quarter, you give quarter. That's what you give, what you're comfortable with. You understand? On one hand. On the other hand, if you support others, you have other charities that you support, you give it to them. So,
okay.
But you're not obligated. But in that shul that I told you, I feel okay, I'm nice. You put this your quarter, so you give $5. So the guy gave me change. He wants $1, but everybody gives 50 cents. So I guess it's only the middle of the davening. I'm not talking.
Yeah, they did that.
It's so annoying. Just stop. Whatever I'm praying. Whatever is on the table, take. If
and it ruins your
money right now. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
you understand.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, on one hand, we have to be charitable. On the other hand, they're not. They have no right to ruin your concentration.
Right. Okay.
You understand? That's not you. That was not the reason you came there for. Okay. Okay, so continue. So we are on since, right? Since the creator is called by these terms, no. Probably no. He should.
The act, right? Yeah, he should.
Yeah, he should do this constantly until this act easy for him, and do not present any difficulty. Okay, so it became part of him. Then these temperaments will become fixed part of his personality. Okay. Since the creator is called by these terms, and they make up the middle path, which are obligated to follow, we are obligated to follow, and this path is called the path of God. Okay, this is the heritage which our patriarchs Abraham taught his descendants. Bereshit 18:19 states, "For I have known him, so that he will command his descendants." I think him should be from lowercase. I have known him, meaning Abraham. Him, this, and I know this line, meaning Abraham. For I have known him, so I, meaning Hashem known him, so that he will command.
No, right? Which our patriarch Abraham taught his descendants. So he's saying Abraham said, "I have known him," which is Hashem, I think. No, because it says
no. I think here Hashem is talking. For I have known him.
No, but from before it says this,
yeah,
which
but it's,
I don't know, maybe wrong. I don't know.
We can check in the Chumash later, but the way I remember this verse, it's for I have known him. So yeah, I think he is Hashem is talking. But I have known him, so the second he is lowercase, right?
Yeah, the second he,
that he, meaning Abraham, will command his descendants against he's from the lowercase to keep the path of God. So that's Hashem said that's
okay.
I like him, I love him, this Abraham person, because he's going to continue the Torah. So the Torah is not going to stop with him. That's very important. One who follows this path brings benefit and blessing to himself, as the above verse continues, so that God will bring about for Abraham all that he promised. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's go from the beginning with the commentaries. How can one train himself to follow these temperaments to the extent that they become permanent fixture of his personality? Okay, 78. Having established personality development as a mitzvah in previous Halachah, the Rambam begins his explanation of how the mitzvah is fulfilled. I mean, we know there is mitzvah. We need to know what to do. Okay, continue. He should perform and repeat and perform the third time. 79. Thus, a person's deeds will shape his character traits. So deeds, our deeds, they become like a part of us, and part of us meaning the character is going to change.
Right.
In this process, and it's like, it's always like our deeds is it says in Mizrachi it's something like deeds are external, right? So that's what you do, like
your actions.
Yeah, actions, right? So actions. So and these actions are going to affect you. Same is like other with the clothing, right? So you start like I'll say you dress differently, you will behave differently, and your behavior, your external actions are going to affect your internal being. At least it's supposed to. If it's l'shem shamayim, okay, if it's not for show, okay. So one more time. Thus, a person's deeds will shape his character traits. In this process of personal change, the stress is on repetition of an act, and not on the quantity or intensity. So it's very important concept about being like stable, right? It's not like how deep you go, but being stable and being able to repeat, right? Constant, like same and same, like the guy yeah,
right, like be consistent, right? And like you do it every day, and then all of a sudden you stop for a week. Like you just be consistent, like always do it, right? In a way.
Exactly. So I give you an example. So of this consistency. It's better if you come to shul like every day and pray normally, whatever, like everybody, like maybe it takes you every like extra like 15-20 minutes like you done before, you stay in the shul after, like normal, like plus minus, right? Then come once a month and down for 3 hours.
Right. No.
It's not about this. This like even you like this every day. But when you come, it's going to change your personality. It's going to change your character. You understand? It's more important than these crazy things. Like sometimes like I know a person. So he would ask me, "Are you going to learn this the whole night today?" I said, "What is today?" Like he knows all of these things, all these secrets. When you have to learn all night, called with Kabbalah, called with not Kabbalah, to everybody like they like 20 nights a year they would learn the whole night. I said, why would you do that? Right? So just learn every day, and that's it. Don't go this like Mishigas, right? Don't do it.
Funny, because now that I think about it, like if I even think about like I don't know, like let's say like something's going crazy and I think about missing chakras, like I'm just I even thinking about it freaks me out a little bit, you know, like it's already become so much a part of me that just thinking about missing it is just like as if like I don't even want to live the rest of the day. You know,
that's very good. That's very good. So it's like it's like you've been connected. Hashem is there. He's waiting for you. He's waiting for you to come. That's how I see it. He said that the Shekhinah comes in a place where it's going to be a minyan. Especially when there is an established place. So established place could be in your house. If you have minyan in a house, there is no problem. Like in the basement, wherever they have a minyan, or in a shul. So if it's established place, Shekhinah comes before everybody comes. So basically Hashem came and this guy didn't show up. That's it. That's how like your boss came. He has to talk to you about your salary, about your promotion, about your life, about this and that, and you didn't show up. Whoa, that's how I see it. Like the boss is in the meeting. My day is going to be decided. My life is going to decide it. Everything is going to decide, and me decided to sleep in and don't show up. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Okay. Continue. In his commentary to the Mishnah Avos 3:15, the Rambam writes that giving 1,000 coins to one person at one time is not effective in stimulating feeling of generosity, as giving a single coin to 1,000 times. So when you give a single coin so to 1,000 people, it's going to shape your character.
Right.
You understand? So that's what I say. If $1 you think it's too much, give a quarter.
Right.
So I remember in Israel, I would give somebody like what was it, like 2 shekels. 2 shekels. So shekel is like, I don't know, like 50 cents.
Right.
Yes. Somebody got upset. I told him, give it back to me. You don't want like.
Really got upset.
Upset. Yeah, screaming, whoa! Like it's not enough. I mean, okay. As it happened not once.
It's so similar because it's just how the world works. Like, okay, there's this way, but when I was younger and I used to smoke cigarettes, it was very expensive to get cigarettes, especially like in school, like in high school.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids didn't have cigarettes, so they would come up to you and ask you for cigarettes.
Yeah.
So you'd give them a cigarette, and then they'd ask you, "You don't have a menthol?" And I'd be like, thinking like, "What? Seriously? Like, what do you mean?"
Okay. As mentioned in Halachah 4, though the Rambam explanation of this in this chapter parallel those in 4th chapter Shmona Prakim, the texts differ in stressing actions as the opening lines of that chapter imply, or on the character development, which a theme of our text. Okay. For this reason, the two texts also perceive the process of causation differently. Okay, causation meaning you do it often, and that's it's going to be the effect. Okay, the Shmona Prakim, in Shmona Prakim, Rambam states that these good actions produced as a result of these good traits. So Shmona Prakim is more like it's continue like continuation Pirkei Avot. You understand? So it's not Halachah. It's like here we're talking about Halachah, right? There we're talking about more like improving yourself. Well, here he sees traits being produced as an action by actions. Okay, so here one more time we say that's if you do that time after time after time, that's what you're going to come to. Nevertheless, the two texts do not actually contradict each other. Both statements are true. Our deeds reflect our personalities, as we said before, and they also help shape our personality. I mean, they reflect, and if somebody is generous, so that's people see him as a generous person. But how he became generous through these actions. So they just talk about the same thing, like from different perspectives. Generally, this means that the person's behavior will reinforce and strengthen these character traits, right? And that motivated those very deeds. So I mean, it's okay. So basically, you continue doing, and it became your character and became like a part of you, and that's how people would perceive you as. However, this chapter, and more particularly this Halachah, deals with a person who has made commitment to change and refine his character. Yeah. So we're talking about changes here. Therefore, based on his intellect and the directive of the Torah, rather than his spontaneous feelings, he chooses to perform deeds that will bring about the process of inner change. So basically, I think that's this commentators say. So here it's not about. So Rambam gives us a recipe how to do that. So you know what to fix. You know that you have this problem, and Rambam tells you the recipe how to do it. So and the recipe is very simple. You identify the middle path, as we spoke before. How you take one extreme, you take another extreme, and you find like a middle ground. And you try to go to that middle ground as much as possible, maybe a little over, right? So you would adjust to the middle, and you continue doing it, and then it's going to become part of you. Okay, continue. I'm going to start the sentence from the beginning. So we have he should perform a repeat and perform the third time, we just commented, and act the acts which conform with the standards of the middle row temperaments. Okay, as described in Halachos 4 and 5. Okay, continue. He should do this constantly until these acts are easy for him and do not present any difficulty. So until it is easy for him, so he has to force himself, let's say, he has to constantly, I don't know, keep in check, did I do this, did I not do this, like every time, and then it's going to become his nature. But in the beginning, he has to watch over it very carefully. So for sometimes, for example, I have some reminders to myself, like on my phone. So every hour and 2 hours, I have a pop-up reminder. Don't do this. Don't say this. So I mean, just use the technology. Right? So 81. A trait possessed by a person produces activity naturally and spontaneously. One more time. A trait possessed by a person produces activity naturally and spontaneously. So meaning if you acquire this trait, you don't have to think about it. You're going to do it automatically. That's our goal. Not to force yourself, but as you said, going to the shul. I mean, what do you mean? I'm a Jew and it's a morning. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever it is a morning and I'm alive. That's what I do. I go to shul, right?
Right.
That's right. So you don't have to force yourself. You don't think about it. You don't have to fight with yourself. However, if one has not acquired this trait as yet, okay, that's another story. Certain action will be foreign to his nature, and one must trouble himself to perform them. For example, a liberal man gives charity naturally. A miser must force himself to give. The action for each is the same, but not the inner feelings. So I think it's a perfect example. For one, there is no problem to give a lot of money. For other, there is a big problem, but he gives anyway.
Right.
So the action, like from outside, this one gave $1 and another one gave $1. But for this miser guy, it was like inner battle for 3 hours before and for 3 days after. He's going to suffer that he gave this $1. But he forced himself and he gave. That's the achievement.
Right. One was probably like a part of his nature, and the other one was outside of his nature, so it was like uncomfortable.
Yes, right? Yeah. Or it was not part of his nature, but he worked on himself.
He worked on it, right?
Yeah. So he passed that point. So, and as we know, that the harder the mitzvah to do, the bigger reward is, right? As in everything. Okay. Continue. Then these temperaments will become a fixed part of his personality. Number 82. If the miser continues to give frequently, he will find that he no longer feels like a miser, but has become liberal in his heart as well as in his hand. That's it. So, but ask him to give, even if he has factories and stores and websites and stuff like that. Ask him to give $2. That's too much, Yes. So don't overdo it. Also, so start from 25 cents, right? They give it to many people, and then Beezrat Hashem is going to come to it. Okay. So continue. Since the Creator is called by these terms, and they make up a middle path which you're obligated to follow. Okay, and this is called the path of God. Okay, so one more time, since the Creator is Creator, 83. The Rambam uses the term Yotzer literally as one who forms, which appears only one other time in the Mishneh Torah. So this term, just so we know, this term is in a sense that creates from nothing. That's this creator. It's not like somebody that built a car, for example. He's not a creator. He's a manufacturer. So meaning that he did took some existing material and put it together. So he's not a creator.
Like builder of he builds off what's already there.
Yes.
Right? Hashem creates nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So even this guy took raw material. He this iron and stuff like that, and he manufactured and purified. And this it went through the whole process, but he's still not creator. So only Hashem could be a creator. That's very interesting. Okay, so one forms. So one more time the sentence. Rambam uses the term Yotzer, literally one who forms, which appears only one other time in Mishneh Torah, in Hilchot De'ot 1:7. The Rambam describes God as a creator, which with reference to divine qualities, he describes in this Halachot. 1 second, I didn't get it. As creator with reference to divine quality. Okay, divine qualities. He describes in this Halachot. Continue. Before the existence of the world and man, this would be no purpose for God to reveal these qualities. For until man's creation, no one could learn from or emulate them. Meaning that these qualities were not there were no use for them.
Right.
Meaning this generosity, meaning this compassion, stuff like that. Slow to anger.
Right.
The word Yotzer may also be used because it is connected to the word Yetzira. I'm not sure how to read. Meaning drive or inclination. Yetzer, meaning drive or inclination. So what is the connection? Let's try to understand quality. The word yotzer may also be used of its connection with the word yetzer, meaning drive or inclination.
That's Yetzer, we have the Yetzerah, right, which is the evil inclination. And then we have Yotzer, which is the one who forms, because in the Asher Yatzar prayer, we say the translation is the one who forms man with them. So it's interesting that the word is stemmed from the same thing. You know, I didn't even realize that.
But I'm trying to understand what is the connection here in this sentence. But also because connection. I mean, okay, so they connected. So what does it tell us? Like, what extra information it gives us? I'm not sure.
I think I don't know. Let's see, Rashi. The word yotzer may also be used because of its connection to the word yartzar, meaning drive or inclination. No one could learn from that.
I don't know. Maybe that he created.
Maybe it's just bringing like a point. I don't think it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're bringing that up. It doesn't seem like there's like a connection to what.
Yeah.
The commentary to this. Like I don't see the connection.
Mm-hmm. But really, you see, it's in square brackets.
Right.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's like additional information.
Like a side point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. But at least we try to understand what it says. Okay, so this sentence from the beginning. Since the Creator is called by these terms, and they make up the middle path, which we are obligated to follow, this path is called the path of God.
Mm-hmm.
84. As stated in the commentary to the previous Halachah, the path of God involves controlling our emotions by using our intellect, so that our behavior is to the extent that it is possible for a man, an objective response to a situation. I misread something. I'm not sure what. Okay, one more time. As stated in the commentary to the previous Halachah, the path of God involves controlling our emotions by using our intellect, so that our behavior is to the extent is possible for man and an objective response to situation. Meaning, okay, so let's finish and we explain. In this manner, our behavior bears resemblance to God, transcendence of the worldly matters. So when we say, for example, about Hashem that He's slow to anger, right? Meaning that the natural reaction to whatever is to be angry. Right, to whatever, right? But He's slow to anger based on logics, right? That it's not logical for Him to be
right.
to be angry, right? So same with us. So if you use your intellect, so you would not be angry. For example, somebody did say something to you, so you would say, so you think to yourself, that's Hashem is sending me message. If Hashem would not allow to this guy to say it to me, so he would not say it.
Right.
If Hashem allowed to do for this guy to do or to say whatever he said, it means that I deserve it.
Right.
For whatever reason. So to be angry at this guy, it's not correct behavior. We have to understand why Hashem allowed him to do that. So
right.
It's between you and Hashem. It has nothing to do with this guy. I mean, this guy.
You just accept it that it's from Hashem, mm-hmm. and then move on, or is there something that you have to do like tshuva for? Like maybe you have to.
Exactly. Exactly tshuva. Exactly. You're not allowed to move on. I mean, it's ignoring. Hashem sent you this guy as a messenger. That he's not happy with you, for example, or opposite, he's happy with you, for example.
Right.
How can it be? It says that when one person embarrasses somebody in public, it's like he's killing him.
Right.
Like killing him. And what happens in that moment? All of the mitzvahs of that guy wire transfer to your account.
Yeah.
So I mean, Hashem is giving you the reward like it's like free money.
Yeah, all you do is not react and think, like.
So and plus it kaparat avanot. So basically, it's the easiest way out. So as we know, for all of these things that that the punishment is chorus, and that the soul is being cut off, the different type of chorus from this world, from the world to come. So, and even if a person did teshuva in this world, he did teshuva, he still has to suffer.
Right.
Okay, but suffering could be, this humiliation is the biggest suffering. So many people they cannot live like through humiliation. They better kill themselves than being humiliated. You understand? So that's the nature of the person. So Hashem is giving you big discount. So this guy said whatever he said, and he's going to discount many choruses from your account.
Yeah.
What could be better? So but you need to use your intellect. That's the thing, and not to react.
Right.
So I used to react when people would say something stupid. So I mean, I'm past that. So to all of this about this Balchu, I think of somebody like would say comments. So I would ask question, like innocent question. You ask me question. If somebody would, I'd love to somebody ask me a question. I said, what did you learn today? He said, what? I said, what did you learn today? Every Jew is supposed to learn 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night. So today, right now at 2 p.m., what did you learn? Tell me, 1 hour. What did you learn? And the guy shocked. I said, what did you learn yesterday? Yesterday, okay, from yesterday. He said, no, and he said, no. I said, that's for your bar mitzvah speech. No, tell me what you learned yesterday. And basically, like people start avoiding you.
Yeah.
If somebody asks me what I don't know, I said, how much time you have? Let's go over. I'd love to go over my learning. So yeah. that's one of the things how you respond to people. Okay, so all right. So continue. So it was 85. Right? Was it 85? No, it was 83. Sorry, it was Explanation Russia. No, that's what translated wordly matters. So no, it was 84. Sorry. Okay, so continue. This is the heritage which our patriarch Abraham taught his descendants. 85. See the Medrash Tanhuma Shoftim section 15. And what are the ways of God? Righteousness and justice, as it is stated, and they will keep the path of God to do righteousness and justice. Okay, Bereshit 18:19. Okay, continue. So one more time, the sentence from the beginning. This is the heritage which our patriarch Abraham taught his descendants, as it states in Bereshit. For I have known him, so that he will command his descendants to keep the path of God. 86. Since the path of God is mentioned in the context of Abraham's service, it appears that the walking in those ways is not synonymous to the performance of these 613 commandments, for they had not been given to Abraham in Abraham's time. Rather, it must refer to ethics, qualities like the righteousness and justice, which are mentioned in that verse. It's very interesting. So for sure, it's not commanded because Abraham was not commanded to do anything except bris milah, right? So that's it was the one commanded. So we're not talking about these 613 commandments. We're talking about all of these character traits. Okay, very nice. Continue. One who follows this path brings benefit and blessing to himself. As above verse continues, so that God will bring about for Abraham and all that he promised. Okay, all that he promised. 87. The Rambam concludes his description of the obligation to develop our character with assurance that ultimately this course of behavior will bring us benefit and the blessings. So that's a big reward. So basically, to know that we're not doing it for free, there is a reward. Okay.
Right.
You have time or stop here?
Yeah. We got time.
Okay, so you want to read the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Chapter 2.
To those who are physically sick, the bitter tastes sweet, and the sweet tastes bitter. Physically sick. Okay. Some of the sick.
When you have stuffy nose, right? You lose your taste. Or now is with this corona, right? People lose their
taste. Yeah, but then how does the bitter taste sweet? So what is that? Like, I mean...
Rabbi Reuven once said this story. I remember this story exactly about this verse. So he said once his wife was very sick, and they ordered pizza, and she did whatever she did with the pizza. And she said, "Oh, it's such a wonderful pizza. Would you like to take a bite?" He said, "Okay, let me take a bite." She enjoyed it so much, and he bit it, and it was so over salted and pepper. It was disgusting. He said, "I spit it out. But she said, "Why you didn't like it?" Because she was sick.
So
she didn't taste. So that's for them, and same spiritually, right? So the sickest minds, people, me, you're.
Right. They start looking at you like, oh, what do you think? You're righteous? Like, who do you think you are? And then they're like, oh, you should sin. Like, it's okay. It's exactly.
Be like me. Be open minded. Exactly. So that's exactly. So what is Bira?
Like they think that, like, people look at you like you think you're judging them, like right away. Like, this happened. Like, how can you? The moment you want to stop lying, stop stealing, stop doing anything it's like look at you like you're crazy.
Yes.
Some of the sick even desire and crave that which is not fit to eat, such as earth and charcoal, and hate healthy foods such as bread and meat, all depending on how serious the sickness is. Wow, this is so true now that I think about it in a different way. Similarly, those who are morally ill desire and love bad traits, hate the good path, and are lazy to follow it. Depending on how sick they are, they find it exceedingly burdensome. So what is he trying to say? He's saying that for people who, don't have good morals, like they think it's okay to lie and like steal and talk about other people, it's hard for them to be good and lead a way of God, right? It becomes I
give you an example from my life. It happened to me a few hundred times minimum, and it's scenario like it was written and everybody followed this scenario. When I would send a clip or a movie to somebody not religious yet, and I would follow up like after 3 days. Did you watch it? And I would say it's very important because you're my friend. I care about you. Please watch it. Very important. 7 times, whatever. So I follow up. Did you watch it? Not yet. Busy. After sometimes, did you watch it? But I ask you, you're my friend. I told you, not friend, but whatever. But I told you it's very important. It could change your life. Not yet. And most of the people never got to watch even once.
Yeah, not once. Yeah.
But they say I'm busy. I'm this. I'm that. I'm kids, and I'm on vacation. I'm from vacation. I just came from vacation. I'm going to vacation. I'm at work at this project, that project, and then now the boss is going to vacation. So all of these things, but in the meantime, they're watching all the sports and go to the movies and so it's not about time, about sickness in their mind, and this sickness is not allowed them to crave for something pure.
Right. It's funny because there's somebody I know who, whatever, I'm trying to, I'm he's almost to the point where he's agreeing to put on tefillin. Like he's there. Like he gave me his old tefillin to have checked, so I'm waiting for that to come in. Mm-hmm. So, but before this whole thing, when they started to do it, I told him to watch Torah and Science. So he told me, like, after he watched it, and I summarized it with him about the whole fish and scales. He said he spent the next 2 days looking to prove me wrong. He was researching for a fish that had scales but no fins. Like, he was looking for it everywhere, and he couldn't find it. And he's still not convinced that, that the Torah is real. Like, he couldn't find a fish anywhere online, anywhere. He spent 2 days looking for this, and he couldn't find it. And he's still not convinced.
That's it's not about convincing. It's about being sick.
Yeah.
With all other things, not spiritual. He would check what car to buy. He would look at two reviews, right? Paid advertisements reviews. Yeah. It's the best car, and he would buy How could they lie to me? You understand? Without even checking, without even doing further research. So that's exactly what the Rambam is talking about. spiritually sick person. So everything that is holy, everything that is truly spiritual is repulsive to him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Isaiah 5:20 speaks of such people in like a manner. Woe to those who call the bad good and the good bad, who takes darkness to be light and light to be darkness, who takes bitter to be sweet and sweet to be bitter. So basically the same thing. He's saying those people are, I guess he always says woe to those, like it's like, well, like shame on you, kind of like those people that call the bad good and good bad, kind of like that, right? Is that what he's kind of trying to say, Isaiah? Like shame on them.
Yeah. So especially after we got Torah, like the whole world received Torah, right? Jews and the whole world has access to the Torah, and it's simply says that there what is good and what's not good.
Yeah.
The definition of good or bad only can be given by the creator of the world. You understand? So and people that's whatever. For example, Hashem said the gay should be put to death, right? Should not. It's abomination, right? But this guy said no. It's actually the biggest.
It's okay. God loves everyone.
That's okay. There is no problem there. Well, what is the problem? Or you so uptight? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those who leave. All right. So concerning them, Proverbs 2:13 states, those who lead the upright paths to in the way. So concerning them, so those people leave like the good way to walk dark, right? So what is the remedy for the morally ill? They should go to the wise, for they are the healer of souls. So the wise, meaning like the sages, the rabbis, right? Like what they would mean, like
Yeah. So it says so if you have a tooth problem, so you go to the dentist. If you have a food problem, you go to the other doctor, right? But when you have a problem with the soul, you go to a soul doctor. Who is a soul?
Right.
A rabbi. Rabbi. So he's how do you know he's a soul doctor? Maybe psychiatrist is a soul doctor. How do you know? Because
and then you have those people. If you think about it, even when they're physically sick, they don't even want to go to a doctor because they're too scared. What if they have something serious? It's the same thing. Like a lot of these more people with souls, they don't want to go to a rabbi because what if he's right and there is Hashem and there is punishment and there is this? They don't even want to deal with it. They get distracted with this. So, okay, so you go to a soul doctor, so you go to a rabbi. They will heal them by teaching them how to acquire proper traits until they return them to the good path. Good luck getting one of these people to go there. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but you see, if the first step is for a person to admit that he's sick.
Yeah.
So if he admits that he's sick, there is a chance to cure him. But if he's still in his belief, the bitter he stays sweet, so he still does not admit that he's sick. There is no chance for him. Zero.
Right. None. Yeah.
You understand? If he wants to lie to himself, as you said, he's afraid that the doctor is going to tell him even worse news that he's suspect. So how can we help him? No, nobody can help him. You understand? It's almost like a closed case.
Yeah. I don't know what I do. Like, I don't know, something that Rabbi Yaron said today. Well, it's an old clip, but I was listening to an old clip of his where he said the powerful women in your life. And he was saying how he told a story about this woman who had 3 kids, and one of the kids she sent to like a regular school. She sent the kids to like a secular school, and she realized she made a mistake, and she started praying for her kids to do tshuva. The first 2 kids did tshuva. They became, religious, and the third one did not budge. And she prayed like for years and years, 10 years, 10, 15 years, until finally the prayers didn't work, so Hashem has to get involved. And basically, Yaron was talking about his life. Like, he basically said that was him. Like, his mom prayed for him, and the prayers didn't get through, so Hashem had to get involved. So the part that scares me is I'm praying for all these people in my life. And I am scared that what if my prayers don't do anything and now Hashem has to get involved? And if Hashem gets involved...
But it's you see, I mean, you just help it with your prayer. So you're trying to help the person. Right. You're trying to do good. I mean, you whatever you pray, it's for his own personal benefit. That's right. you must do. So Hashem is going to take care of him one way or another. So, but with your prayer, maybe he's going to have a little mercy. Maybe this person is get something like some merits. Maybe he would get some merits in you, right? That somebody cares. Somebody still think that this guy has not lost case, or this lady is still not a lost case, and he's praying. So Hashem maybe give him like a different opportunity. Maybe so. I mean, Hashem always gives everybody like opportunity. Yeah. The problem is people just say, okay, whatever. Okay, it happens. It was coincidence because of the rain, because of this, because of the corona, and that's why it's all happened.
But I think people still don't see it because, they think, for instance, like, there's certain people that I can't help but bring up topics on, but it's very civil. And I try to tell them that the world is the way it is because Jews stopped doing what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
And they're saying, no, what are you talking about? I was like, well, okay. So we got into look at our history, like from the Babylonian period to the Egyptian period, the Holocaust, to this, to that. Every period, every generation, something was going on because we strayed. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, and it might happen again. They're like, no, what do you mean? Like as if America, it's not possible.
Yes.
Like this is the last country that's pretty much we have left to hide because if this country goes, there's going to be nowhere else to go. Yeah. And they don't see it. And in my head, I'm thinking, man, we need to start doing this because obviously Hashem is not happy because everything that is because of us.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I think we're a little bit out of time, but so we'll continue next week, and you'll read the commentary. We'll start over with the comment. We'll read it. You'll reread it again, and then we'll go through.
So we give.
But I'm really enjoying the class.
Pre-discussion. We have pre-discussion, and then we go into details. All right. Thank you very much. Until next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.